channel. Let's talk some XRP, and we're going to get into one of the more prominent voices in the crypto space. And a lot of people have always fudded the thought of XRP and what Ripple's doing within cross-border payments as they're a giant scam. Okay, and it all kind of stems back to what we have within the Ripple executives dumping on the holders. We talk about the escrows and the confluence of kind of misinformation out there and what actually is going on. But I want to talk about kind of a different perspective, as we will get into Scott Melker, as otherwise known as the Wolf of Wall Streets, talking about XRP and why it is not a scam. Okay, so for those of you that are new to the channel, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. Let's talk some crypto and get this one going. All right, and we are going to get into this article right now. Please remember, though, guys, this is not financial advice. Always be sure to do your own research and due diligence, okay? But as you are starting your trading journey, if you have not already done so, I do have a link down below for BITUNIX. I do want you guys to check out that link, because up until September 11th, there is a futures trading deposit bonus, 25%. So if you do want to start trading on BITUNIX, they are an affiliate of mine. Click that link down below and sign up today, okay? But back into this, we're going to kind of talk about the market as it stands right now. And most notably, we are on another red day, pretty much in the top 100. There has been some movement, though, as XRP essentially flat, trading at a $3.12 price level. Okay, this is something where it just seems like it's a matter of time in my perspective. Okay, I can't really quantify it or don't really have any technicals to share with you guys, but I just have this inclination and feeling personally that one of these days, as you see some of these bigger bubbles here on the crypto bubbles today, we're just going to wake up one day, or maybe it'll happen in the evening. Who knows? But yeah, I just feel like it's just inevitable that one of these days, this XRP is just going to string together a couple 10 to 20% days, just bang, 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 and we're going to be trading above $5 very shortly. And there won't be really any rhyme or reason. It's just happening. Okay, and I think that's kind of where we look at the overall narrative within cross-border payments, this with banking system, XRP ETFs, its use within the role of government within those reserves. If it's something along those lines just can happen and we can have a cascade of effects, I think that there is a lot of catalysts out there in the space that could move XRP, okay? But as always, guys, I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell. It's not something I can quantify. I wish I could. I wish I had that crystal ball where I could say, guys, start loading up on your XRP, because by October 23rd, we're going to see an absolute explosion, and that's where it'll be a last chance to buy XRP. Doesn't work that way. We got to grind it out each and every single day. All right. But as we look into kind of what has been going on, this is where we're going to get into the likes of Scott Melker right now and why XRP is not a scam. Okay. This article was just from the Crypto Basic a little bit ago, but this is where he clarified his stance after we've seen a lot of strong reactions within the community. Now, it is important to understand and note this, right? I've been doing this for years now, guys, and you say something good, people take offense to it. You say something bad, it's FUD. You're horrible for the community. Okay. All people care about is seeing their crypto go up. That's simple. It's as simple as that. Okay. And unfortunately, when we show up every day and just try to get you guys the best news possible, okay, it's not always going to be sunshine and roses here in the crypto world. Okay. There's going to be bad days, and there's going to be a lot of things in between that you just really have to grind it out. Because if you just kind of hang on to the words like it's the gospel, and from there, guys, it's going to put you in a pretty bad position, because it's going to result in a lot of emotional trading. And quite frankly, if you're getting kind of up in arms over what somebody's saying on a podcast, on X, on YouTube, you probably shouldn't be in the crypto space, just speaking frankly. Okay. But that's what we're looking at this. And the context behind this is on a previous podcast episode with Morgan Creek Capital, Mark Yusko, Melker highlighted the notable gains that Ethereum and XRP has been experiencing. Now, on the weekly, XRP jumped 33%. And then the actual quote was, the fact that an asset increases in price doesn't mean that the functionality got better. It just means that there's more buyers and sellers, so the price rises. Okay, that's something where Yusko remarked on the surge that XRP went under. Okay, but it's more so speculation. Okay, claiming this price increase was also due to the speculation with the possible government use cases. Okay, that's something where there's no direct evidence, and that's why the speculation is key. Now, in my crypto trading career, the one thing I will tell you guys is, and Cardano is a prime example, you have all the speculation in the world, And then once you actually put, pen to paper and you actually start setting out to do what the blockchain's meant to do, if you lose that FOMO, that speculation, that thing where, just the normal investor out there just kind of doesn't see it as a shiny car on the lot anymore, because you know what it can do, right? Once you've arrived, the speculation goes away. And that's just kind of one thing that I think does exist in crypto, right? The people that are trading, that they're manipulating, that they're playing the volatility, the ups, the downs, the peaks, the troughs, they want crypto to drag out, right? It's kind of just similar to a cure for cancer, right? If we cure cancer tomorrow in every form or fashion, there's a lot of people in big business, within hospitals, within medicine, that basically their run to making money is going to be significantly decreased. And it's not that we can't, there's a lot of reasons that we can't, but just from a healthcare standpoint, it's completely different than crypto. But it's a great analogy to look into, kind of, if XRP gets to where it's going to, okay, speculation ends. There's really nothing further from that right then and there. So yes, it will be just a massive inflow and just acceptance of XRP achieving what it set out to do. But on the other hand, it's kind of over. The FOMO's over. Speculation's over. XRP's arrived. And then that's when you think a lot of people who just don't use XRP, they're going to be like, what am I holding this for? Because the potential for that explosion has diminished, because we already had it. Okay. And that's kind of the reason why I think, and you can't quantify it, why you kind of have that feeling that, crypto just doesn't go up. And that's a question that a lot of you guys ask in comments, and you state very, very repetitively is, okay, you're talking about this great bullish headline. Crypto's in a great position. We have every bullish catalyst in the world known to mankind going for us right now. Why is my crypto down? Okay. And that's kind of what you have to understand. And that's what I'm alluding to. But back into the article, as the XRP Army reacts, this is something where you talk about how the XRP is a scam, and how Scott Melker is responding to the backlash, saying that he doesn't think XRP is a scam. Okay. And this is the actual post here that I wanted to share amongst my thoughts. I don't really think about XRP. However, many who do think about XRP get deeply troubled when they think that someone might think something bad is on XRP. Seems like their problem, not mine. Okay. And that's a very plead the fifth kind of response. But from a prominent voice such as Scott's, it does resonate. And I understand what he's trying to say. And it kind of goes in line with what I'm trying to say. Okay. You're talking about a multi-billion-dollar crypto. Okay. And as we look at XRP today, as I pull up CoinMarketCap, guys, this is $184 billion. Okay. This is not just, some startup company in Palo Alto just saying what's up. This is a multi-billion-dollar crypto, 184 billion plus to be exact. Now, taking that for what it's worth and looking to solve some of the dinosaur-esque, the archaic measures that traditional finance does deploy, that's kind of why everybody loves XRP. And they do have an interesting position, and why I kind of categorize them in a different category than, say, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, right? All of those top cryptos in the top 10, they want to do special things within blockchain. XRP's payments, it's a little bit different. So when XRP gets to where it's going to, that speculation ending doesn't quite frankly exist, because it's becoming a necessity. It's needed to be on demand. It's needed for liquidity. It doesn't really need the investors, because all of that liquidity has just been influx. And now the investors, the people like me and you that hold XRP right now, we're kind of just along for the ride until we get to where we're going to from a cross-border payment standpoint. Okay. So those are my thoughts for the day. Kind of went off the cuff a little bit, but on a day where the markets are down, what else better do we have to do? Myself right now, I'm currently away, actually at a casino on the beach. So looking forward to kind of the weekend, and we'll be doing some trading from a lot of different perspective this weekend. But as summer wraps up, it's going to be snow here before you know it. And so let's just enjoy this. And when XRP does have some success, we get to where we're going to, there's going to be a lot more things to talk about than just responding to community FUD and hesitation and all that good stuff. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember to get out of here and hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. And if you haven't done so, I do have that link for BITUNIX if you want to start trading on that platform. I thank you again for watching and tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.